Okay, folks, I want to welcome you to another post-game conversation where you get to hear directly from Tribe football alums. For this episode, we have none other than John Shaw. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing awesome, man. Yourself?
I'm doing well, man. I'm happy to have you
Good.
on, and I've just enjoyed. Well, this is take two. I'll be transparent. This is take two, so I've enjoyed catching up with you, and it's been a long time, but it's been
20
great,
years, man.
man. 20 years, man. It's been great just to reconnect, and like we talked about, this is what this is all about. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It's an honor to be on here and to see the wonderful work you're putting in to keep our alum intact and connected and building a wonderful culture for us to stay connected with each other. So thank you for having me
Thank
on
you,
board.
thank you. All right,
Yeah.
so let's get right into it, man. Tell everybody what year you graduated, what position you played, and what was your major.
So I graduated in 2006, originally from Orlando, Florida. I got my degree in business marketing. And I actually played safety, strong safety mainly. Although I came in as a corner, they realized I wasn't as fast as they thought. So I went
I
to
don't know if
safety.
I knew you came in as a corner. All I remember is safety. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you brought that up. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it was a really good time. Really enjoyed my time there with the tribe.
So being from Orlando, and obviously William and Mary is nowhere near Orlando. How'd you end up at William and Mary?
Actually, that's a cool story. I went to school in Altamont Springs at Lake Brantley High School, and Coach Stephen Jerry and his family were actually good friends with my family. And he would, he had formerly coached at William and Mary, but was in the Orlando area coaching in the Arena Ball League. So he would come to my games on Friday night and saw me out there doing my thing, and was getting a lot of attention at first, and was able to finish my senior year as an all-state member. But unfortunately, the big offers didn't come as expected. So
I
when
think
he
we
kind
all
of
can share in that story. Yeah, right.
absolutely, yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead.
so he actually was a big facilitator. Once one double A's were the main options on the table. He connected me with William and Mary, got me on a visit, and I remember Coach Allen Williams picking me up and just really connected with the guys, and I was actually really surprised at the level of ball being played there in Williamsburg, and just really enjoyed the time and felt at home with the quality of the education that was being made available, and to have competitive football alongside of that was priceless. So thankfully, Coach Laycock offered me a full ride. I talked to a couple other guys that were on a visit with me, and they agreed to come. We kind of both agreed together that we would commit, and the
Yeah,
rest is history. So
that's cool, man. So cool.
it was cool
So
to see Coach Stephen Jerry also. I'm sorry to cut you
no, you're
off,
good.
but
Yeah.
it was great to see Coach Stephen Jerry come back and actually be on staff. I think my second or third year there.
Yeah,
So it kind of brought everything full circle. So
that is so cool, man. Yeah, I love those stories, man. So tell us about your time at William and Mary. Anything you want to share?
so much I could share.
All right, I know. I
But it
probably
was
gave you too broad of a
yeah,
question. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. It was a wonderful time um, with the guys. Uh, Definitely a wake up call educationally. I think my first test in microeconomics, I think I got the grade that I got was my jersey number. So I won't remind the audience what my jersey number was, but that I immediately got homesick because I never had to study like that before. So the wake up call of managing your time in addition to football, and getting the studies in with the books um, was a huge wake up call, but one that thankfully, with the help of the older guys and my fellow classmates, was able to fine tune that. But just playing there at William and Mary, it really is a full time job and a huge commitment that I think is stuck with me my professional career, and being a father now, just developing that work ethic, and realizing what it takes to do things with excellence, and to be um, committed to something 100%.
Yeah.
So we had great success early on as a freshman. You were a part of that team as
Yep,
well, of course, winning the
of
conference
course.
championship. And then my second year, actually suffered a pretty catastrophic or nearly catastrophic injury, kidney injury that landed me in ICU for a couple of weeks. I think our fifth game in at Hofstra. Um, and the doctors had actually told my family and I that if I would have gotten to the hospital 10 minutes later, I would have bled to death internally. So I'll never forget that collision with Marquez Colston in that cold
Was
rainy
that
day.
really Marcus Colston? Are you kidding?
Was yeah, it was, man. So that's my claim to fame.
Yeah,
Um,
you made him who he
yeah,
is.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I guess so. He's he definitely went on to have an amazing career, but going through that and somehow, some way, leaving that hospital 2 weeks later with a clean bill of health, to the confusion of the doctors, and then going and seeing specialists back in Orlando, and having that 3 months of just kind of sitting around healing for the rest of that semester that I had to uh, disengage from,
Right.
was a huge wake up call of how much I enjoyed being with the guys, playing the game that I love,
Right.
even going to class and just doing the normal things. It was a pivotal moment in my life. My faith is important to me. So it really refined my faith and my understanding on the grace of God, and how vital it is to partner with Him um, as I navigate my life, especially in college where there's so much you can get involved in.
That's a good way to
So,
put that. That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
yeah, man. So I think that experience helped me build even closer and deeper relationships with my teammates. And of course, we were able to enjoy another conference championship and a good run my junior year,
Yeah.
and had a great senior year as well. So
Yeah.
just super thankful for the time there, and just
Yeah.
I truly believe that I went in there a boy and came out a man for
All
sure.
right.
So,
Yeah. Oh, I love it. We'll post that online later. Um, so so after you graduated from William & Mary, tell us about your journey to where you are today.
yeah. So once the reality check hit me that pro football was not the direction I wanted to take, or that I would be able to take, I figured the only way to scratch that competitive itch was to get into the sales world. So I immediately jumped into sales, selling office equipment and software for Rico Business Systems, and was able to cut my teeth in the sales world, learn how to negotiate, learn how to go hunt for business like I would try to hunt those receivers and tight ends back in the day. And yeah, it was a great experience. I enjoyed the opportunity and option to make as much income as you were willing to hustle for. So there was so much crossover with what I was able to garner in my experience at William & Mary into the sales world. And just through experience and success, you continue to climb the ladder of higher paying sales jobs. And so I got into a more blue collar, or excuse me, white collar sales field, selling business administrative software,
Okay.
and then made a real big pivot years later, and actually got signed to Capitol Music as a songwriter. Um, Somebody heard a song, and they gave me an opportunity, and actually got to work with Darkchild, Rodney Jerkins, on
That's
some
crazy.
songs. So that was a
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool experience. And then after having that contract for a few years, was able to move back to Miami, and reunite with my wife, remarry, which is a long story that many of you
Awesome
guys know.
story.
But
Yeah, it's a great story.
super thankful for my family. I'm a family man, and a proud father of three children now: a 15, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old, Alexander, David, and my beautiful princess Sophia. And yeah, I just can't be more grateful for the experience that I had at William and Mary, and how that's formed and fashioned me into the man that I am today. So,
That's so cool. That is so cool. So this has been great. Is there anything you want to leave with folks?
Coach Pletcher, he was there 1 year at William and Mary, but I a quote that he gave us as a defense has always stuck with me. The quote says, "The reason most people fail instead of succeed is because they trade what they want most for what they want at the moment." And if I could give a word of advice to the young guys out there, is that temptation is always going to be leaning on the doorbell of your life. There's always going to be detours and temptations to sabotage your destiny. But the earlier that you can get fixated and laser focused, clear on what your purpose is, the harder it is to be detoured and distracted from your destination. So I think in my life, I've been able, that's carried me through a lot of valleys, and allowed me to climb some mountaintops of adversity, just by being clear as to what my purpose is, and giving me purpose through the adversity to continue to keep moving forward, and not only finding success and finding peace for myself, but being a conduit to help other people find that place, because there are a lot of people lacking hope today. So as we were talking about before, if we can find ourselves being more interested than interesting, it opens up windows of opportunity and connectivity that a lot of us miss out on. So being able to share victories and defeats allows people to relate to you and connect to you in a deeper fashion, that can cultivate meaningful relationships that last forever. So yeah, don't trade what you desire most for what you can get at the moment. Be faithful to your purpose, and trust that if you continue to sow the right seed, and continue to stay committed to the process and enjoy the journey, you're going to get to where you want to get to.
I love it. Hey, well, John, man, I call you Shaw, but John for everyone else. This has been great. Looking forward to continuing the relationship, man. And just again, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, Dante, it's a pleasure connecting with you too, man. I'm looking forward to doing more of it in the future.
Awesome.
Let's go Tribe.
Go Tribe.